Well, before protesters shut down another highway over the Brown and Gardner incidents, is it time to shut down something else? The hypocrisy. Because news now of a white woman who was allegedly beaten by a group of black teens in Missouri. You're not hearing a word about that. Why not? Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is Your World. And Fox on top of a double standard that seems more than just over the top, as police in St. Louis are investigating an attack on a Bosnian woman as a hate crime. This coming just days after another Bosnian man was allegedly beaten to death by teens armed with hammers. Now, in both cases, these victims were white. The majority of the suspects were black. More on this hypocrisy with Milwaukee's Sheriff David Clark. But first, to Mike Tobin on the attacks you're not hearing about. Mike.
Well, as you stated there, Neil, St. Louis City police are investigating the potential of a hate crime. And this is a Bosnian woman who was beaten in the same ethnic neighborhood where a Bosnian man was hammered to death just days earlier. The attack happened in the Bevo Mill neighborhood, nicknamed Little Bosnia because all of the immigrants who moved there during the Civil War in the former Yugoslavia. According to accounts, 3 black teenagers beat on this woman's car with a crowbar and flashed a gun at her until she got out of the car. According to police, one of the attackers scolded her for being Bosnian before she was beaten unconscious.
And then threatened to do harm to her because she was Bosnian. So the fact pattern in this case indicates that whether it was targeted because she was Bosnian or once they found out that she was Bosnian, the crime continued or accelerated. And so I was very concerned about it. So we're investigating it as a hate crime.
Now, last weekend, Zemir Begic, also Bosnian, was beaten to death in that very same neighborhood by teenagers armed with at least one hammer. 2 of the suspects who have been arrested are black. One of them is Hispanic. One of them is still at large. Now, police are not investigating that particular case as a hate crime, even though an hour earlier, another Bosnian man says he was attacked by teenagers with hammers in the same neighborhood, but he managed to fight his way out of that situation. He got away. St. Louis Mayor Francis Slay says this is not something that just the Bosnians need to be concerned about or the Bosnian immigrants need to be concerned about. Everybody around St. Louis, he says, need to be worried about violent acts like this. Neil?
All right, Michael, thank you very much for just bringing all this to your attention, folks, because if you're going to pursue one area, you should pursue another area just for transparency's sake, if nothing else. So forget double standard.